A historic night with Hillary Clinton officially winning the Democratic Party's presidential nomination, the first woman of any major party to do so. Good evening, I'm Jerry Seib from Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. The theme for day 2 of the Democratic National Convention was a lifetime of fighting for children and families, with former President Bill Clinton capping off the night with a rousing speech, making the case for his wife to be the next president of the United States. He repeatedly called her a change maker. To talk about that, I'm joined now by political editor Aaron Zitner. Aaron, you know, there are few people better at this than Bill Clinton. It was a historic night. The roll call was taken. Hillary Clinton was officially nominated. But let's start with the former president, Bill Clinton. It's something to watch him give a speech and to frame an argument. He framed the argument about Hillary Clinton in a way he's probably never done before.
You know, it really was a thing to watch. Bill Clinton is still a polarizing and divisive figure, but like him or not, you have to admire the skill that he brought to one of the toughest tasks out there right now, which is to take someone like Hillary Clinton, universally known, everyone knows Hillary Clinton, and widely disliked, very negative image, and make us see her in a new light, in a new way. And he really did a credible job of that. The speech was well crafted. It was laid out as kind of a parallel set of two stories, parallel stories of Hillary Clinton walking through life, going from social justice project to social justice project to the highest reaches of government, and Bill Clinton coming along behind, wanting to marry her and be with her.
And he understood the politics of this moment for Hillary Clinton, obviously, because she's running against Donald Trump, whose advantage is he is seen as the agent of change. He made the case that no, Hillary Clinton, though she's been around for a long time and is seen as the establishment, she's the agent of change. Here's how he made that case.
When I was president, I worked hard to give you more peace and shared prosperity, to give you an America where nobody is invisible or counted out. But for this time, Hillary is uniquely qualified to seize the opportunities and reduce the risk we face. And she is still the best darn change maker I have ever known.
So two messages. You should like Hillary Clinton as a person. I'm going to tell you our story. And by the way, she's good at changing things better than Donald Trump is.
That's right. It's pretty clear after watching the Republican convention that Trump's people feel like he can own change.
Right.
This is a very unhappy public. 3/4 of the public thinks the nation is on the wrong track. They want change. They're just not sure who can bring it. Donald Trump does pretty well on the economy. He's seen as strong as the economy, and now he's the law and order candidate. Yeah. At least change was addressed tonight by the Democrats.
Right, but those are three powerful advantages he has. Let's talk about the rest of the night a little bit. You know, the obvious historical importance of the night came at the very beginning when there was a roll call, and no surprise, the delegates of this convention nominated Hillary Clinton to be their presidential nominee in November. Along the way, Bernie Sanders, I think, finally said, I recognize this is over. He allowed the vote to go in Hillary Clinton's direction and essentially allowed it to go by acclamation in the end.
Yeah, I was in the hall at that moment, and I was with the Sanders delegate watching Bernie Sanders move to nominate her by acclamation, and he said, it's over, I am now released, and I will work for Hillary Clinton and vote for Hillary Clinton. There was a group that stormed out, or marched out, I'd say, and protested outside the convention center. Small group, something for the cameras to focus on, but probably not meaningful in the long run.
Not meaningful in the long run, but a sign that, the revolution will continue, as all the Sanders supporters say. And I think will continue to be pressure on Hillary Clinton to move to the left. We'll see how she copes with that as the night goes on. I think the other factor that she's going to have to worry about as this unfolds is whether she can mobilize those Bernie Sanders voters, not to simply not oppose her, but to actually show up and vote for her.
Yes, and one thing we heard today, talking to John Podesta, is they do have plans to use Bernie Sanders himself. He'll go to battleground states, probably the Rust Belt states in the north more than the southern Sun Belt states, and work for Hillary Clinton.
The next two nights give us some important moments as well. We're going to have President Obama, We're going to have Joe Biden. We're going to have Tim Kaine tomorrow night. And I think at this point, I think the Democrats are probably relieved they're past a very rough first day and kind of saying to themselves, we're now rolling out the all-star team, and we've got a pretty good one, maybe a better one than the Republicans did. So the ship seemed a little shaky 24 hours ago. I'm betting Democrats walk out feeling better about it tonight.
Look, you know, the people who invested in Bernie Sanders put a lot of themselves into it, put months into it in some cases, and put their personal lives on hold in some cases. They're humans. The steam has to kind of come out, the disappointment over time, and it feels like the adults are in control, the leaders are in control, and now we can get to the business of what they want to do here.
But I think the one thing we haven't probably heard enough of yet from the Democrats' point of view is national security, fighting terrorism, and I can make America secure. I should have my finger on the nuclear codes, not Donald Trump. Surprisingly light, I thought. We also haven't seen, you keep talking about, I'm looking for that unemployed steel worker to show up and appeal to white, middle-class, working-class votes.
That's what I would expect the next two nights to be. The first two nights were a lot of box checking and reinforcing the Democratic base. Tonight we heard about abortion rights and equal pay, a number of women's issues. Before we heard about immigration, issues of importance to racial minorities. The next two nights are probably fortifying national security and Hillary Clinton, drawing a picture of Hillary Clinton as sitting in the Oval Office and leading the country.
Aaron, thanks. It's going to be a fascinating rest of the week. Appreciate your joining us.